Hi guys, welcome to another episode with the Express channel. Today I bring good news for the care assistants in the house. Yes, this is another opportunity for care assistants in the house. Like this 2023 care assistants, since 2020 you guys have been having several opportunities around. Well, it's actually good news because of the aged population. More countries will be bringing visas for care assistants. So if you want to know more about care assistance opportunity, this is your channel. So currently Australia has decided to open doors for care assistants. Well, it's not like they brought in a particular care assistant visa, but they have decided to go through another route to open doors for care assistants. So what they have done this time around is to sign a memorandum of understanding with this care sector, with these care employers, and this is beautiful. So if you want to know more about this opportunity, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell and hit that like button, and stay and watch the end of this video because we have so much information for you if you want to use this route. My name is Stella, and in this channel we talk about moving abroad. Whether you're moving for work, you're moving for study, we tell you about life abroad as well and all you need to know to get prepared. Now let's get started. Welcome back guys. So this opportunity we're talking about is called the New Age Care Industry Labor Agreement. So what's happening here? Because of there is like shortage of care workers, they need people to come down to work for them. So what they have done is that they have decided to work hands in hand with all these employers to bring international trained care workers to come to their country to work for them. Now, why this is good news is that this company, all they need to do is to apply to the government and tell them that we have searched for people in our country, we have searched for locals, we have searched for Australian nationals, we have opened our advert, but no one is picking this advert. So we want to sign a memorandum of understanding with you that we want to bring in international skills, and this part for this employer is free. Now this is good because in the UK, when you're talking about visa sponsorship, it's not very free. Like it's not free for employers to do it, and that's why it's not so easy for them to grant sponsorship, because these employers will have to go and pay the government to get, and the money is not cheap. But this time around there is free of charge, so the employers can easily just go to Australian government and apply for this memorandum of understanding. The moment Australian government approves it, this employer advertises it. Now this encourages employers to keep bringing in more hands because they actually need the hands, and we are there to bring our skills and to enable better life for ourselves. As we all know, Australia is a beautiful country. Like we know Australia is beautiful. If you're talking about one of the countries that has good weather, like if you're from countries like hot part of the world, like African countries, moving to Australia I think is one of the best for you because you will be easy to adapt to their environments because the weather is not so much different from your own weather. So now, using this opportunity, Australia has brought out for care assistant visa. It's very good. So how do you go about this opportunity? How do you take advantage of this? That's what we're going to be talking about. This route is basically for those that want to come in as a learning disability care assistant, those that want to come in as a personal care assistant. So this opportunity is for those that want to come in as a care assistant for both the aged sector and also the learning disability sector. You know that as the world is getting advanced these days, there are more disabilities that are coming on, probably due to so many reactions to different things that is going on in the world these days. So now there's need for those in the learning disability sector. So the first thing you need to do is that you get all your documents assessed. If you are coming in as a personal care assistant or those who are in the aged sector, your work will need to be assessed by the Nursing and Midwifery Council Australia, which is called ANMAC. So ANMAC, ANMAC, is the Nursing and Midwifery Council that governs Australia. But if you're someone that is coming in as a learning disability care assistant, you will get your document assessed with ACWA. ACWA is ACWA, which is Australian Community Workers Association. So guys, what document do you need to submit to this body so that they can access it? Number one is you need to have a certificate 3 in either learning disability or a certificate 3 in aged care. Other document that could replace the certificate 3, because certificate 3 is more of like an Australian document, right, is if you have a certificate like a level 3 from UK. Maybe you did an online course in a level 3 care, so that can also replace it. If you do not have this, what you can also have is if you have an MVQ in social care. Now remember, if you do not have an MVQ in social care, you need to have at least 12 months full experience in caring for people in your country. 12 months full experience in direct care, one-to-one. It's not that you're not in that field or you're not a carer in your back home and then you want to say, oh, I'm a carer, I want to apply. No, you need to have 12 months full experience, and that document you will get it from your employer stating that you have been working with them in direct care, taking care of people with aged illness, taking care of people with learning disability problems, and that can stand in to replace that certificate 3. Now if you are not bringing that and you are a nurse, you can also use this opportunity. Let's say you are writing IELTS and it's not been favorable for you, you can go to Australia with your nursing certificate. That your nursing certificate is enough to, it's even more than level 3 itself, so your nursing certificate is enough for you. Remember that in Australia, most of the time for you to move to Australia, they will need you to have a bachelor's degree most of the time. I don't know if they've changed the law now, but I know most of the time they need you to have a bachelor's degree. So if you're someone that is a diploma nurse in Nigeria or in your home country, you can actually use this route, because one, you have a nursing degree, you have a nursing certificate, you've been working in the hospital, and you have 12-month experience. You can submit this to Australian body, Nursing and Midwifery Council. Or if you have been working in the learning disability part, or you're a community health care extension worker and you've been taking care of those that are disabled, or you have even been working in all the motherless baby home or all this less privileged home, and you have been directly taking care of people that are having learning disability, you have proof that you've been taking care of them. There's a certificate that shows yes, you have been working there. You just submit this certificate to these bodies and they are going to assess it and approve it for you. Now what if you do not have any of this? What if you're not a nurse back home? What if you don't have any of these certificates? You haven't done any of that? One thing you can do is that you can do an online study. There's 6 months online study from Australia or from UK. You can study there, study a certificate that covers for this particular aspect. So if you study a certificate that covers for this aspect, it can replace and you can use it to apply to an Australian body. Like we always say, traveling abroad journey is not a one-day thing. It's one thing you will stay and look at gradually. People always talk about a TAFE course. A TAFE course is called TAFE. Like they offer courses in Australia and they offer these courses online too, whereby you just pay and you study at home. Online courses, you study aged care, you study learning disability care, and by the time you have finally finished all this study, you can then apply to these people to assess it. And definitely, because it's an Australia or a UK or a Canadian certificate you are getting, they will easily even accept it more than when it's not it. So if you don't have all those experience and you're able to study using 6 months, just calm down, use 6 months, study this stuff, finish. By the time you are done studying, you then get access and you will come back with a positive assessment. So they will give you a response if it's a positive assessment or if it's not a positive assessment. So if it's a positive response they give to you, what is next? So after you've gotten a positive response, the next thing is that you begin to apply for jobs. Now, because these people need you and it's something that they have brought up now, you are going to get this job. There are several websites you can apply for jobs. You can apply for job in Indeed, but make sure that you change the location to Australia so that the jobs you are applying for in Indeed will be an Australian job. Other websites you can apply for is also seek.com.au, so it's an Australian website. Another way you can also apply for a job is to go through overseas recruitment agency. Yeah, so because this is what their government has brought out this year, many overseas recruitment agencies will be taking advantage of this opportunity. They want to bring in people. So long you can prove to them that you've gotten your assessment correctly, they will bring it. And I feel like that's the fastest way. It's easier to go through overseas recruitment agency. Make sure that you are going through the right one. Make sure you have checked and you are sure that these people are legit before you give your money to people that will probably just take your money or scam you. So be aware of scammers. Or you just go to this website wherever they advertise for job and send a message to the HR. When you send a message to HR, you then apply for these jobs, and it's actually easier to get the job the moment you have gotten your assessment. So you just need to tell them, I've gotten my assessment ready and I'm ready to come down to work. I've gotten experience in all that. You submit your CV. You need to ensure that your CV is robust. You look for Australian template for a CV and ensure you're using an Australian template for a CV when you are applying for these jobs. So guys, once you have gotten the job, you know what happened next. It's good news, isn't it? Because it's not easy to get jobs, right? Yeah, international, but it's not easy to get jobs. But I believe that for Australia, it will not be as much difficult because it's something that is new, and it's not something everyone has choked up, unlike the UK or like Ireland or some other countries whereby a lot of people now know about that pathway. This one, a lot of people don't really know so much about it yet. So that means that you can really seize this opportunity, or you can easily get jobs using this route, right? Yeah. So once you've gotten this job, they've granted you your contract. What's next? The next thing for you to do is to apply for your visa. Before I forget, when you are doing that initial registration, you do not need IELTS when they are assessing your documents. But when it's time to apply for visa, you will need IELTS. The good news is that this IELTS score you need is not even high. The score you need is about 5. That's all you need. And even someone that doesn't even understand English very well, I believe they will be able to get a 5 in IELTS. So all you need is a total of 5, and it's general IELTS, not academic. You need to use general IELTS. Once you've written general IELTS, you've passed your general IELTS, you apply for visa with the contract that you have gotten from your job offer. So by the time you apply your visa, you get your visa, you bring your family with you. This is great news. And you know, the additional thing to this is that most company actually sponsors you. So either the company will tell you that, okay, I'll pay for your visa and all that to come down, or they say you pay for it by yourself, and when you come down to Australia, they'll reimburse you your money back. And guys, this is really, really nice. Or they give you a lump sum of money to care for yourself when you get down to Australia. Someone then will ask me, okay, can I bring my family? Yes, you can bring your family. The lowest age of your child, I think, is about 18 to 21 years. You can use to bring in your family, but I think it's more of 21 years because I had a friend that sent her son to Australia even when he was like 20 years. But you guys can actually confirm that. But just know it's within the range of 18 to 21 years for you to bring your child, and also your spouse too can come along with you. And the beautiful thing also about this pathway to Australia is that when you come to Australia using this pathway, you are not tied to your employer. So even if your employer brings you down to Australia and you feel like they are not taking care of you well, they are treating you very bad, you can decide to switch to another employer, so long you are still doing that same work that brought you to the country, because you must work in that field for about 2 years. So long you are still doing that same work, you can switch employer. And this is good because at times when you are tied to a particular employer, it's really like it restricts you. You feel choked, you feel tired, you don't know what to do, especially if the employer is someone that is no good, or they are oppressing you, you're not feeling comfortable in that environment. But since they say that you can switch, this is actually good news. Another thing about this pathway that's also very interesting is the fact that you can also get permanent residency using this route. Yes, so by the time you have stayed in Australia without their visa for about 2 years, you get a permanent residency. And that permanent is so, like, it's better because in the UK or some other countries you need to be there for over 5 years, over 3 years before you get a permanent residency. For this one, you just only have to stay 2 years and you've got a permanent residency. You are free to stay in Australia, you can stay there with your family, and who won't like that kind of opportunity? If I'm the one, I will pack on my bag right now and I'll start moving to Australia. Someone will ask me now, like, how much will they be paying me while I'm working there? Well, you know, every developed world have a minimum wage. So currently their minimum wage in Australia, I think, is about 52,000 Australian dollars. So now you do the conversion yourself and ask yourself, how much do you think you'll be earning? And I even heard that they are planning on increasing their minimum wage. So that money is enough to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and even take care of your people that are back home if you know how to manage your expenses well. Now this is just basic pay. What if they now begin to add overtime pay? They begin to add other sort of pay. That's to say that it's something that it's really good. So guys, this is a beautiful opportunity. So that's the end of our video at this moment on Australia Pathway. You guys should really look at this and try to look at much more country, because I feel like a lot of country are opening so much opportunity for people. We have Australia opening, we have Germany opening, even France is opening. So like guys, this is not the time to sit down and say, oh, UK has closed the border, or Canada. No. Why one door is closing, other doors are opening? Why one country is saying, I don't want immigrants, other country are saying, come to me, we need you guys, we love you guys, we want you guys. So guys, thank you again for watching our video, and we hope to see you in our next video where we talk about other opportunities out there. My name still remains Stella. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and bye for now.